You're just perp back with another video, and I just got done watching season 2 of Love, Death, and Robots. And this time around, I think this season was better than the first. Definitely wasn't perfect. There definitely was episodes I wasn't really feeling. But if you haven't checked out the series, I definitely highly recommend you check it out for yourself to kind of get your own opinion on it as well. So the first episode that we get out of the 8 is automated customer service. This is kind of like an evil Wally versus old lady, you know, human versus robot type of story. That's a very much a theme throughout this whole entire series as well. Is there's always going to be a robot, there's always going to be love, and there's always going to be death. Not in this case, but it was a good start. But one of the most interesting stories and animation was Ice. You know, you have this world full of mods or super human beings, and you know, really dope stuff here. I really like the animation. It kind of reminds me of like Samurai Jack a little bit, mixed with anime, doing that 2D 3D hybrid kind of style. I really enjoyed it. This was really one of the stronger episodes of the season. And we get episode 3 where we have this more realistic animation going on, and this takes place in a place and time where there's an overpopulation problem, and you know, this guy works for people to get rid of that problem, and you really see him kind of regaining his humanity in a sense. It's weird, but dope episode. And they continue this 3D kind of realism with snow in the desert, which I think this was one of my favorite. This reminds me of The Mandalorian mixed with Dune, mixed with Mad Max. I really liked this. But what I liked about both episode 3 and 4, they both kind of touch on morality and just what it is to be human. I really like both the themes from both of those episodes. I think they're the strongest. Now, going on to some of the weaker episodes, you know, episode 5 in the Tall Grass. I understand this was like a, you know, paying homage to the actual story, The Tall Grass. I think that's a Joe King or Stephen King story, but didn't really enjoy this. It was kind of random. They always have these kind of random stories that don't really mean anything, but this is another one of my favorites. I thought was really an interesting twist on the whole Santa Claus, or kids finding out who Santa Claus really is. And man, was this terrifying. If I was a kid, I wouldn't look at Christmas the same anymore. It's pretty crazy. This was really dope. Now, these last 2 episodes, Life Hunch, this was with Michael B. Jordan, which I was kind of surprised to see him in this. This was kind of like a survival type of story where he's kind of stuck on the ship by himself with this killer robot, but it's kind of hilarious how he kills this robot. I'm not going to spoil that, but all I'll say is it's pretty fucking hilarious in a sense. Then we end off with the weirdest story out of all of them, where it's called The Drowned Giant, where there's this washed up giant or just human being, and everybody's just in awe, and this guy's just really just pretty much analyzing it, following it all the way until its death. And it's just a really weird story. It didn't really do anything for me. So yeah, that's pretty much my review of season 2 of Love, Death, and Robots. Out of the 8, I would say I enjoyed 4. The other 4 were kind of weak, but I think this series overall still has potential to be something cool. It's not going to be for everybody, but I do appreciate the creativity that goes into a lot of the animation and the style of all these different stories. Let me know how you guys feel about this if you've seen it in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out.